Hey, Charlie here from Guitar Mastery Method, and after watching this free lesson you're going to be able to instantly play guitar solos in any major or minor key. And not just that, but know the exact right notes to play to sound awesome. If you're already playing lead guitar, this lesson is going to lift your skills to the next level in just the next 20 minutes. And if you're just getting started playing lead guitar, then this lesson is going to give you a huge shortcut to getting awesome results straight away. Playing lead guitar like this is the best way to have fun with your guitar, because you can get some amazing results with very little work, just practicing the right things in the right way. So it's the perfect thing to keep you motivated to keep practicing. And the best part about this is pulling this stuff out when your friends and family ask you to play something on a guitar, and it's going to have their jaws dropping to the ground. And on top of this, I'm also going to be giving you some more free lessons in this guitar lesson series that are yours 100% free. Coming up, I'm going to show you how you can start getting huge results from your practice sessions, even if you're currently struggling to find time to practice. And I'm also going to show you some awesome guitar solo licks by Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, and Jimi Hendrix that sound really awesome and really impressive, but are actually really easy to play. And they're actually going to slot perfectly into the stuff I'm about to show you very soon. This is going to allow you to be able to pull out some killer guitar solo licks anytime you want to sound like an epic guitarist. Now in a second, I'm going to tell you about how learning guitar has changed in a big way since the 1960s, in a way that you'll find very interesting. But right now, you might be wondering who I am. My name is Charlie Wallace. I'm the founder of Guitar Mastery Method. I live in New Zealand, and amongst playing in front of thousands of people, touring internationally, recording in awesome studios and filming music videos, I've taught over 2,000 students guitar and one-on-one guitar lessons over the last 10 years, and had over 82,337 people go through my online guitar lessons. Through all of this, I've discovered how to give my guitar students very fast results. And I'm going to show you this and give you those same results in this free lesson here today. Now, as I mentioned, times have changed. Back in the 1960s, Paul McCartney from the mega famous band The Beatles once jumped on a bus and bussed across Liverpool because he heard that a guy on the other side of town knew how to play a B7 chord. He arrived, learned the chord, jumped back on the bus, and the Beatles started using the B7 chord in their songwriting. Now today, if you want to learn the B7 chord, for instance, I could show you how to play it right now. You know, we could just have a video, I just walk you through every step of the way. And while this lesson I'm about to take you through is going to open so many doors with the guitar playing, and it's going to be a lot of fun, just imagine what it would be like if I could be magically teleported into the room you are currently sitting in and take you through this lesson step by step, answering any questions that you have along the way. Do you think that if you could have me in your room right there to answer any questions to do with your guitar playing, you get a lot better very quickly? If you answered yes, you're going to want to pay very close attention to this free lesson series, as I've got some exciting news that is even better than what you've just imagined. This is going to be a total game changer for you. But right now, let's dig into this first lesson. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to instantly solo in any major or minor key. I'm going to give you a few examples and show you exactly how to do it. So what I'd really like for you to do right now is to grab a guitar and make sure it's all tuned up, because we're going to be getting started very soon. So for those of you who are wondering, what do I mean by this? You know, instantly solo in any major or minor key. Well, what I'm talking about is improvisation, which is making stuff up on the spot. It's a whole lot easier than it sounds, and by the end of this lesson, you're going to be pretty comfortable at doing it yourself. You can of course use everything I'm about to show you to write structured solos to put in your own songs, but today we're mainly just going to be focusing on playing along to backing tracks. This is essential to know if you ever are going to be jamming with any other musicians, and you're going to know exactly what to do and how to do it when someone yells out, "This one's in C# minor, your turn to solo." You can of course go a lot deeper into the stuff that I'm going to be showing you here today, but that's not what this lesson's about. This lesson is about equipping you with all of the necessary tools that you need to be able to do this and nothing more, so that you can start having fun with it a whole lot sooner. So before we start playing in any major or minor key, you need to know two things. One is the musical alphabet, and the second is the notes along the top string. So if you're not sure of those, we're about to cover them right now. Grab a piece of paper and a pen and take notes during this video. The musical alphabet consists of the letters A through G, and those letters are simply the names associated with certain frequencies. There are only 12 notes in music, 12 frequencies, repeated at higher or lower pitches. Here are the 12 notes. A sharp and B flat, B, C sharp and D flat, D sharp and E flat, E, F sharp and G flat, G and G sharp and A flat. Notice how some of the notes have two names? These are known as sharps and flats. This is the sharp symbol, meaning higher, and this is the flat symbol, meaning lower. Here are the notes on a piano. Notice how there are no sharps or flats on the white keys. They are all on the black keys. So with two names, how do we know what name to call the note? Well, that depends on what direction we are going. If we were going up the notes, we use sharps. And if we are going down the notes, we use flats. So for instance, if we started on A, then moved up a note, it would be A sharp. Then we moved to B, C sharp, D, and D sharp. Now if we were going down and we started on the E note, we would be going E flat, D flat, C, B flat. So notice how there is no black key between B and C and E and F. This means that there are no sharps and flats between those notes. So it's really important that you remember that, so I will repeat it. There are no sharps and flats between B and C and E and F. The notes are a never-ending cycle that goes both ways. The notes are repeated in things called octaves. An octave is the same note, only a different pitch, higher or lower. So you see here, this is a C note. An octave up is another C note. And another octave up is another C note. All the same notes, just higher or lower. You will learn more about octaves later when we start naming the notes on the fretboard. You want to be able to fluently recite the musical alphabet forwards and backwards, so practice it in your head or on paper whenever you get a chance until you have completely memorized it. So notes on the low E string, okay, very easy to remember. Obviously the E string is just an E note. On the first fret we have an F, and the third fret is a G. So we have E, F, G. Okay, pause the video and go over that as many times as you need to completely memorize it. E, F, G. Now once you have that, we move up to the 5th fret, and here we have an A note. Then on the 7th fret we have a B note, and on the 8th fret we have a C note. So we have A, B, C. A, B, C. So from the beginning we have E, F, G, and then from the 5th fret, A, B, C. So pause the video, go over that until you got that completely memorized. And then we would just want to add in this one note here, okay? This is just the D note. Up on its lonesome on the 10th fret. E, F, G, A, B, C, D. And obviously 2 frets higher starts an E note again, and that would start the pattern again, so we'd have E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Okay, but the main thing is that you just have them sorted up to the 12th fret. So remember that just below in the PDF file download that you have a diagram that's going to show you all the notes on the top string in case you do forget. And just remember that the sharps and flats just sit in between those notes. So if I said where is A flat, you know, A is here, it's just down 1, so A flat would be on the 4th fret. If you're looking for C sharp, you know, C is here on the 8th fret. It's obviously just 1 fret higher, and that's where C sharp is. Okay, so just pause the video and make sure you have memorized all of those notes on the top string before you move on. Now you need to memorize a very easy to remember scale pattern as well. And you may already know this, but I'm just going to cover it here just in case. And remember that you also do have this in your PDF download as well. Scale diagrams are very easy to read. It starts out just like a chord diagram, and then we just tip it on its side. As you can see, this is just a snapshot of the fretboard, with the thickest string here and the thinnest string up here, and obviously all the others in the middle. Pause the video and read through all the other parts of the scale diagram and make sure you understand them before moving on. You'll notice that there are no open notes here, so it tells you exactly what fret to start on here. So to play this scale, you start from the lowest note and go through to the highest. Then back down to the lowest note. So to recap, this is a scale diagram, a snapshot of the fretboard. You start from the lowest note, play through to the highest note, and back down to the lowest note again. So this is called the G pentatonic scale pattern, and it looks like this. So don't worry if what I'm about to say would just go straight over your head, but this is just for those who are wanting to know, why it's actually called a G pentatonic scale pattern. So I'm going to completely leave out the pentatonic part. We'll get to that in another video. But the reason why it's called a G pattern is because it's just built around the open G chord. So if I play G like this and pretend like I'm barring with my first finger and move it up to the position that we're actually playing the scale in, you'll see that the scale pattern just sits right there nicely inside that chord shape, hence why it's called the G pattern, just built around that chord shape. So you're going to start out with your first